Hello, class. Hello, friends. It is me, Thaddeus, again. Sorry, I'm so used to saying hello, class, when I sit here because I'm recording for my students. Part two of the huge books that I got from the government. So, for those of you who don't know, State of Utah just said, hey, teachers buy things for your classroom. So I bought books. I'm an English teacher. My kids were like, I've got a whole library full of books, but I want them to find books that they can read. And so I asked them, what do you want? This is my unboxing video. So, first and foremost, look at this. The Maze Runner. Now, I haven't actually read these, but these are supposed to be super phenomenal. It's about, the way that I understand it is it's like dystopian society. Kids are sent into a maze, kind of like a labyrinth style thing. And, he who comes out gets food. That's probably wrong, but there's 5 books. So the author did something right. Now, Maplecroft, this was actually a book given to me by one of my students. His parents sell books on eBay or something like that. They buy them. And so they couldn't sell this one. And so they're like, hey, here's a book about what would happen if Lizzie Borden were, I don't know, not Lizzie Borden or someone else set in a sci-fi universe. And so boom, there you go. All about murder and a woman getting hers. Now, the next one, again, is one that's pretty common in the young adult genre. City of Ember and the City of Ember series. There's 4 of them. Or maybe. Yeah, there's 4 of them. They're supposed to be really good. I want to say it's about a city catching on fire. So maybe it's Chicago. Or this year, who knows? It could be anywhere on the West Coast, California. Sorry if that was too soon, Californians. I hope you guys are okay. But you guys caught fire a lot this last year. Summer of the Monkeys. I believe this was the summer that Jane Goodall spent with monkeys. It says classic adventure about a boy in a tree full of monkeys. All right, so Jane Goodall is not in this, but apparently it's set in Oklahoma with a tree full of monkeys. I don't believe that Oklahoma is home to indigenous species of monkeys, but people were asking for it, and so I got it. Now, I don't know Sanderson too well, and so this book is by Brandon Sanderson. It is called Starlight. It's actually the first book in the series, and I think I got the whole series, but I don't think the rest of them showed up. But Starlight, I've never read Sanderson. I really want to, and it's one that I'm planning on. I'm really excited about this book series. It's called Behemoth. The series itself is, I don't know, Leviathan trilogy. So I've got Behemoth, Leviathan, and Goliath. And I don't know if you guys can tell this, but I'm pretty sure this is steampunk. I've never read any steampunk. I've played video games that took place in the 80s, so I feel like I should be prepared for this really well. This one I got because it came recommended. It's called The Hate You Give. It's a very divisive book from what I understand, and I figured, why not be divisive? I'm just kidding. But it is supposedly really good, and it's meant to hit a lot of a diverse group for kids, and I've got a pretty diverse group. This one, it is called The Broken Road. And this was another one that kid gave me. It's by the winner, this is the winner of the Association of Writers and Writing Program Award for Creative Nonfiction. Whatever that means. On trauma, a crime, and the continuing legacy of Vietnam. It's not a super long book. I'm pretty sure that none of my kids will read it, but I'm legit interested in this. It may not make it into my class. It's going to be in my classroom. It may not stay in my classroom, but one of us is lying. This is about teenagers, so they're probably all lying about something. But I think there's a murder. There's a sequel to it called One of Us Is Next. I think they took this and they put it on Netflix. And I think the older brother from Blackish is in it, so I'm not entirely sure about that, but it looks pretty good. This one, Garth Nix wrote a series. One student, he asked for the abortion. I don't know what that's called, but not abortion, but he asked for the abortion series, and there's 5. They're pretty thick. I mean, like, look at that. That's some dense reading. But like when I told him I got him, be like, what? No way! And I was like, yeah, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Now, I don't think anyone should be committing murders, but if you're going to do it, you want to get away with it. And so hopefully this book is, I don't think it's a how-to, but supposedly good. Live by Night. Never seen this, never read this. It looks very crime-driven. Very Boston, 1926. Prohibition has risen to an endless network of underground distilleries. I don't see anything about zombies, so maybe it's not what I think it is. But, whatever. The Family Next Door. Again, this is one that... Do you really know your neighbors? No, is the answer. I mean, unless you really do know your neighbors, and then you're not like me, because I don't know them as well as I probably should. Now, again, pretty stoked about these ones. More Brandon Sanderson. I got Calamity, Sheet Metal. No, that's Steelheart, and Firefight. Hardback, so I don't know how long these will last in my classroom. But, I mean, again, I'm excited for Brandon Sanderson because I don't know him super well, but again, specifically asked for, specifically requested. Now, for those of you who were on my stream the other night talking about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, playing the GAC, I told you guys I have a student who only speaks Spanish, and he asked specifically for some Spider-Man comics, and I was like, yeah, dope, dude, because here's the thing, like, if you're familiar with a story, or if you want to read a story, even if it's another language, comics are a great way to help. I mean, it's not the only way by any means, but if you're dedicated and driven enough, I think that's going to be huge. Now, I gotta say, guys, I've got more, and I've got more coming, which is insane to think about. But here's the last one. And let me just show you right off the bat how thick. This thing is like 10 pounds. This is insane. I am so freaking excited for this. Dr. Aphra is one of my favorite characters in the new canon and new Star Wars. I really hope that she makes it into the Book of Boba Fett. I mean, her buddy. She's BFFs with Black Chrysanthemum. If you guys have been watching the Book of Boba Fett, he's dope. Very excited. I'm hoping she makes at least a cameo. Maybe not this season. Hopefully in another season. I would love that. Same thing with BT and 000. Those guys would be dope. But she's a great character. She's well written, and that is for me the most important thing. She's part of the LGBTQ community. For me as a reader, that's not super important. But I have students who are part of the LGBTQ community, plus whatever, and having a character like this who's well written, who's well represented, I think is huge for them to be able to connect with. And I think it's awesome. Plus, again, she's a great freaking character. She's a great character. And that's, to me, the most important thing. I don't want someone to be like, oh, well, I'm just going to find it because it's part of a movement. No, if you're going to write a story like that, yeah, make it part of a movement, but make it a good story, right? That's what I want to read. And that's the most important thing, is that a good story, can people connect with it? And this, absolutely people can connect with it. The students who I've been hyping this up, and my kids have been loving it. So I'm really excited. I've got to say thank you guys to the state of Utah for providing us the funds to do stuff like this. The kids have had a real hard time with COVID and like everything, and having materials that they can actually rely on, that they can connect to, that they can be, that they want, right? School shouldn't be this hard thing. School should be an environment that allows them to grow and learn and develop. And some of them are going to do it at faster paces. Some of them are going to do it at slower pace. And that's fine. They need to be able to do it, though. And giving them things to read will help them build the desire to come back day in and day out. Just because I have Twilight over there doesn't mean that I love Twilight. it means that someone asked for it and someone wants to read it. I'm going to give them that opportunity. I hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you for watching, the 30 or 40 of you that do. Again, guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. This is great. This has been Thaddeus from Going Nerdy. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, smile and stay nerdy, my friends.